So, it's happening! Attack on Titan is finally getting another chapter, which will be 18 new pages written and drawn by Hajime Isayama. However, more news dropped on exactly what is in it, which will put many of our worries to rest. If you enjoy Attack on Titan, Jujutsu Kaisen, One Piece, Demon Slayer, or Chainsaw Man, then drop a like on the video and subscribe. You are now amongst your people. Namaste. Alright, so big news came out yesterday at the time of recording from the official Shingeki Fly account, which if you're not sure what this story is about, or these 18 new pages, or this Twitter account, link to the previous video to catch you up in the cards. The official Shingeki Fly Twitter account stated, quote, about special features. Volume 35 will include an extra chapter, total of 18 pages, newly drawn by Isayama Sensei. The title is Bad Boy. The story is about the childhood of a certain character. The first part of the story draft will be released at the end of this month. So this is pretty big news, and really good news. When this video hit, I speculated that it could be bonus material from the final episode, not likely found in the manga, drawn and written by Isayama as an extra chapter. As well, in my last video, a lot of people were commenting things that are, man, just wow. Really random things like Attack on Titan Shippuden, more pages added onto the ending, you know, doom and gloom type of internet stuff that you see all the time. And this also confirms that, well, this is, not the case, so big L+ ratio for them. But instead, what this means is that we will be getting a story pertaining to the childhood of a certain character, and the chapter is called Bad Boy. When the post went live, many people speculated what this could be. But the most prevalent theory is that this side story would be on none other than Mr. Short, Levi Ackerman. On Twitter, the user Navamom posted a couple things, leading many people to connect the dots that it potentially could be Levi. Quote, regarding Levi, I actually have something in mind, Isayama states, but at the same time, I don't know if I will be able to write that or not. I have imagined what the story of Levi would be in my mind, but at the same time, whether I am able to output it, that's a whole other story because writing a manga is a really difficult task for me, as I'm sure it is for literally anyone. This quote comes from about a year ago, and clearly Isayama has something cooking for Levi, and while it is very difficult for him to write another full-fledged manga right now, he probably figures that just doing 18 new pages with a short new chapter is more than enough for something like a backstory on Levi. This quote from the same Twitter user isn't the only illuminating piece of evidence. The same user would go on to post a series of screenshots showing a moment between Levi and Mikasa in Season 3, where Levi states, quote, has there ever been a moment where it's felt like power suddenly awakened inside you? Kenny Ackerman had a moment like that too. I've felt moments like that too. Honestly, this is a really great catch, because it's connecting that quote to this image, and with the knowledge that we've already seen a sliver of Levi's backstory. Maybe this could be a compilation of sorts of those awakening moments in Levi's past, where he was pushed to the edge to use his Ackerman abilities. However, some also state that because his backstory was already shown, that couldn't be the case. As well, why would you show the backstory for a character which already has a backstory? And even the title, Bad Boy, also doesn't mean it has to reference Levi either. It also could be something as innocuous as a quote from a character within that chapter. Another user who had a good comment on this that I'd like to use is from Mateo BT, who states, my guess is Erwin, the one whom we know less and at the same time had the most complex backstory, considering the two characters left, him and Hanji. His grandfather clearly knew something about the truth of the world, but we never came to know what and how. This was another good catch, because I doubt Isayama would do an extra chapter on someone who isn't extremely popular, and who could be popular enough to get their own extra chapter than, well, clearly Erwin, because he is by far one of the most popular characters, and we know for certain that his past is filled with a lot of lore about the world of AOT. As the Twitter user states, his father clearly knew that something was going on and that there was more behind the walls, the Titans, and especially the world outside it. We got a glimpse of this story in Season 3, but never much more than that. I think this could be a good story to tackle and would fit the description from Shingeki Fly as well. We've seen Erwin as a kid, so also why not? However, the Twitter user also said something else that I thought was worth mentioning too. He continues on. On the other hand, we must say that also, Armin's family is quite interesting while his grandfather had knowledge of the outside world. He gave the book to Armin. His parents were arrested for trying to escape beyond the walls with a hot air balloon, literally fly away. This was worth mentioning here because who else could have gotten the book and given it to Armin? Where are Armin's parents in the entire story? We all just sort of take him for granted as having family, which take care of him, but is that really the case? I feel like a story on Armin could do a lot to flesh out the backstory on his character, while also giving the origin story to, well, the book that started everything. This is something that I think is a real possibility to happen, and I think would add quite a bit to the overall story of Attack on Titan. As for my theory, it sort of varies on this, but if I were to put money on it, I'd go with Levi here. While we've already seen a backstory about him, I think this could potentially happen because, well, he's one of the most popular characters in the story, right up there with Erwin, and arguably the most popular. So this could be a great way to send off Attack on Titan into the sunset by giving us all some Levi action fan service one final time. While I do like the theories of Erwin and Armin, I think they're both compelling, especially Armin's. I don't want to get my hopes up too high, and I want to temper my expectations on what this could be. Hell, it could be a story on all of them. Who knows? Thankfully, though, the news confirms that this won't just be an addition to the ending or sequel, but just another side story to flesh out the lore even further with Attack on Titan. So either way, exciting news all around, and I will absolutely cover this chapter once it comes out at the end of the month, so please do hit that subscribe button and drop a like if you are excited for the new chapter and the news. As well, I know a lot of you guys over the years have supported this channel through thick and thin, so I want to give back to you all in some kind of way. So when we get to 75k subs, I will commission some exclusive Attack on Titan themed art that will be totally free for everyone to download and enjoy, and trust me, you don't want to miss out on what I have in mind. As well, financially support the channel by becoming a patron, which will also give you access to my mega One Piece arc reviews. Thanks for watching, bye-bye.